A very warm welcome back to my channel, guys. First of all, I would like to apologize as many of you have been requesting me to make a video on beginner's guide on how to start investing, how to open a deeper account. And actually today's video was supposed to be that, but I recently stumbled upon a stock which actually one of my friend told me to have a look at this stock. And I thought, okay, let's dig deeper into this stock and let's check what is it about. And I think I found a gem. Yes, guys, I really think that this stock has a huge potential and a huge rate of return. But these are just my speculations, my calculations, which I calculated with the numbers which were present at this moment of time. So again, guys, please do your own research. And yes, I personally do think that this stock might have a huge potential. But anyways, let's not waste too much of time on this and let's see what is this about.
So to understand what is actually happening here, let's have a short introduction or short overview about the two companies which we are going to talk about. The first one is VectorIQ. Now what VectorIQ actually is? So VectorIQ is an acquisition corporation. What it actually means? That means VectorIQ went public under a special purpose acquisition company, which means that it went public just with the sole purpose to raise the capital and assets to acquire other companies. So you see, it does not have any significant operations. The company intends to merge and capital stock exchange, asset acquisition, stock purchase, or similar businesses combination with one or more businesses. That means it's a holding company and it is just raising the capital and assets to acquire other company or to help the startups to boom. The company went public. Now what I mean by went public is that the investors can actually buy the stocks, so it's available for the public for investment. So it went public under 2018, and in this case it is going to merge with Nikola Motors. So what is Nikola Motor Company, what they are doing? So Nikola Motor Company is an American hybrid truck design company, and that's the reason why we are saying that Nikola Motor is a direct Tesla competitor. And it also has a research and development operations which in Arizona, and was founded in 2012. So here you can see the portfolio of Nikola Motor Company, and they are a pioneer in electric heavy duty applications. So they will be for now dealing with heavy duty applications like pickup trucks or semi trucks or trucks, and they offer both electric and also hydrogen electric powertrains to cover class 8 transportation. So that's Nikola, and that's why they are a direct competitor of Tesla in field of electric and hydrogen electric powertrains applications. So now, since we have a short introduction or an overview about both the companies, now let's see what's going to happen soon, why there is a hype about this company. So Nikola, the US maker of heavy duty trucks, which we already saw with batteries and hydrogen fuel cells, has become a NASDAQ listed company. Now, what does that mean? That it was not a publicly available trading company. So for you guys who doesn't know what NASDAQ is, so NASDAQ is a stock market index which is along with Dow Jones Industrial Average and S&P 500. It is one of the most of the three most followed indices in US stock markets, and these are some of the companies which are actually listed in NASDAQ, like Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, and so on and so on. So usually if a company wants to go public, they actually has to go through a common approach which is called initial public offering. And for example, like its competitor Tesla also did the same. But in this case, just to get a quick entry into the stock market, what they did, that they just made it possible via a merger with an already as listed company VectorIQ Acquisition Corporation. So they got a quick entry into the market by merging with VectorIQ. And after the completion of the merger in the second quarter of 2020, the new company will be called Nikola Corporation and will trade on the Nasdaq under the ticker symbol NKLA. And thus, after this merge is completed, the new company will be worth of $3.3 billion. And remember this number, we will see further as well, but keep this number in mind because this will help us to calculate some future numbers and our return on investment. So before we jump into the speculative analysis of this company's success in Europe, I would like to point out one more important thing to you guys, which is, okay, for me, it is quite important and attractive is this guy, Steve Gursky. Please don't misunderstand me. Attractive, I didn't mean in some other sense. And for the guys out there who doesn't know about him, Steve Gursky was the former vice chairman of General Motors. Also, he served as the chairman of Adam Opel AG Supervisory Board and was president of GM Europe for a period of time. So this guy has more than 30 years of working experience and he's very well acquainted with automobile and automotive industry, and that's why I trust him. And if he has seen some potential in Nikola Motors, then probably Nikola Motors do have a huge potential. Now let's see why this business has a huge potential in Europe. As you guys have been seeing that in the news feed, that Europe is now concentrating on clean mobility and alternative technologies for reducing the greenhouse gas emissions. So as you see in this article, in Europe, the road transportation is responsible for almost 20% of total greenhouse gas emissions, and the European Commission introduced the Clean Mobility Package in 2017. And that's when the hydrogen fuel technology comes into play. Now, this is a roadmap presented by FCHJU. So just a short introduction about FCHJU. So FCHJU, the Fuel Cells and Hydrogen, it stands for the Fuel Cells and Hydrogen Joint Undertaking, and is a unique public-private partnership which supports the research and development activities in fuel cell and hydrogen energy technology. So the objective of FCHJU is to bring these benefits to Europe. So coming back to the report presented by them, is it says that hydrogen could provide up to 24% of the total energy demand, or up to 2,250 tetrawatt hour, which is a unit of energy, in the EU by 2050. That's huge. And that means by 2050, hydrogen could generate 1/4 of the EU's total energy demand. So these are the numbers which are showing the number of automobiles out there in Europe which will be hydrogen fueled. And since we are talking about Nikola Motors, who are just producing trucks for now, 1.7 million of trucks would be running on hydrogen fuel technology. Now, the other reason why I think that this business is really well supported is because it has managed to bring good investors and strong ones. So one of the biggest investor in Nikola Motors will be CNH Industrial, which are also parent of Iveco Trucks, which was a huge success. And if you check the balance sheet statement of CNH Industrial, it looks really good. They have managed to collect $250 million from CNH Industries, and the other strong investors are Bosch and Hanwha Group. And Bosch, since you already know, I don't think I need to talk about Bosch. So they have accumulated a whooping amount of 230 million combined. So this is what tells me that this business is really well supported by huge investors, and they are in themselves really strong companies with good base and balance sheets. Okay, so now comes the most interesting part, I guess, for most of you guys, and for me for sure, because this is what tells me that this company might have a huge potential and a huge return on investment. So let's check. So Nikola Corporation boasts that so far it collected more than 14,000 pre-order for its trucks already, which represents more than $10 billion potential revenue. So just imagine, this is the potential revenue based on these pre-orders. Guys, these are the pre-orders. That means they have to produce these trucks, and this is the future potential revenue which might be converted into real revenue. Anyways, so remember this number. So now let's check another important number, which is right here. The transaction reflects an implied enterprise value at closing of $3.3 billion. Now what they actually mean by this is that when Nikola Corporation and Vecto-IQ will merge, which was planned to be happening in June, the new company will have a market or an enterprise value of $3.3 billion, which actually I still think that it is quite low if it is considered to be a direct competitor of Tesla. But anyways, let's still take this number. And yeah, so guys, this was supposed to happen in June, but now I am not sure. I didn't have any new news on this, that if it's really going to happen in June because of this pandemic. But anyways, let's consider this latest news what we have. So $3.3 billion. So remember these two numbers: 3.3 billion enterprise value and 10 billion potential revenue. So let's do some maths. So here we are. So the current market cap is $605 million, which I took from the Yahoo Finance of Vecto-IQ. If you can just have a look. So here, 605. and the future revenue, which we already saw, $10 billion. And by this, we can calculate the future earnings. So usually the formula is revenue into margin gives us earnings. So now I Googled up the average gross margin for an automotive industry is around 17%. And this is neither good, neither bad. This is not the best case scenario, of course, because personally, I think that this might be higher, but we don't know. Since this is a speculation, we actually don't know how they will be dealing with their operating costs. So in this case, if we take 17%, we get $1.7 billion of future earnings. Now, if you compare the earnings right now of VTIQ, it's around $8.8 million. And since we have seen in the article that future market cap after the merge will be around $3.3 billion. So let's imagine that the market capitalization would be around $3.3 billion as well, though it is really small as compared to Tesla. If we are considering this as a direct competitor of Tesla right now has a market cap of $150 billion. So I think this is not a justified market capital from my side for Nikola Motors, but we are just considering this as a speculative number. This might be really high, but still with this number, just see the result and this will blow our mind. So considering the future market cap and the current market cap, which is around $605 million, we can get a return of 545% on this stock investment. Now guys, again, this is just a speculative calculation, but I'm calculating this with the numbers which are already there. And okay, maybe I will not get a 545% return on my investment, but I personally will be happy even with 100% return or even 50% return. And to be honest, this might even be higher than this. So this is what I think that this can happen with this company, and the returns can be huge. But again, this is just my point of view. It's not an advice. This is what I think can happen.
And that's all, guys. That was all the analysis what I could do. Yes, I didn't see the fundamentals of the company. I did the research of the company, what they're about, but not the balance sheets or the income statements, because I personally could not find a reliable source of balance sheet or income statements, because only, as you know, that only VectoIQ is there at Yahoo Finance. So I could only check VectoIQ, but also the Yahoo Finance numbers didn't seem to be so promising to me, so I didn't include them. So instead, I just took the future numbers and I did my own analysis and my own research and my own thesis on this. And that's what I already showed you. So coming back to my opinion, would I be buying this stock? Yes, personally, I would be buying this stock because I think that this has a huge potential. But like I said many times, this is a speculation. And remember guys, whenever you are investing according to a speculation and not a proper investment, you should be ready to lose the money. So invest only the money which you are ready to lose. So I personally invested around 500 euros when the price was $18. And yeah, that's just me. Again, guys, this is not a financial advice. Please take care of your money. And that's it, guys. And I really promise I would make a video soon on a beginner's guide and how to invest and what depot account you should choose or how to open a depot account. Till then, please take care of yourself, keep investing, and ciao.